Rania, thank you for joining us. I know that with the social dilemma that's been out on Netflix for a while, this documentary a lot of people are watching, you have become, at Crime Stoppers, very aware of the ties between mental health and social media and the things that we are facing today that we haven't in generations past. So what do you see are the applications of that for our families right now?
I'm seeing what everybody's seeing, specifically in the healthcare industry and in the world of mental health, that kids that are much, much younger than normal are coming in and presenting with body dysmorphia. They're presenting with suicidal ideation. They're presenting with major depressive mood disorders, thoughts of self-harm. They're actually being admitted into the hospital for self-harm. They're getting hurt doing these online challenges that are absolutely crazy, but they think that it's funny and that if they do it, they'll trend.
And
So
what's that new one we just talked about, Morgan? Like we just talked about
kids are filing their teeth with nail files.
Why?
Yeah. I got even the sound of that.
Like, exactly. I did the same thing. I said, I can't read it out loud. It hurts my ears to think about.
I thought the Tide Pod thing would be the worst. And then now let's file our own teeth.
Yeah. We've moved on from the Tide Pod challenge. Now we have like the Benadryl challenge where they're overdosing on Benadryl, that they'll do like the salt and ice challenge. They'll cut themselves and rub salt and then stick ice into it to see how long they can handle it. They stick quarters between like a plug and the socket, like they'll plug something in and stick a quarter or a piece of metal in. The 48-hour challenge where they disappear and see how funny it is when not 24 hours, because law enforcement will sometimes say, wait more. They'll disappear for 48 hours. So their parents freak out and law enforcement's called in and
because of what you do through Crime Stoppers, that one in particular must be a big challenge because in 48 hours, anything could happen to a kid.
Oh my goodness. In 2 hours, anything can happen to a kid. And what's happening is we've given these children access to the world. They're consuming images they shouldn't see, hate speech they shouldn't be a part of. They physically are not mature enough. They're not mentally developed enough to handle both the reactions, the likes or the lack of likes, the content that they see, the way it makes them feel. They're not mature enough.
How do we as parents actively know what our kids are getting into? Like, what are some of the things that parents should be doing today to protect our kids from some of these challenges or mental health issues or all the dangers that social media provides?
There's a lot of technology out there that parents can use. Bark is one of our favorites. And it's just basically artificial intelligence. You apply it to your phone, your kid's phone, and it helps you figure out, you get notified if you see that your kid is looking at something that's not right or using words like suicide or self-harm or is maybe being approached for an image that they shouldn't be approached for. And it gives you an alert. So parents can have a tool, a helper, and monitoring their kid's phone, because we don't believe in privacy for kids when it comes to social media. I know some people disagree, but when you're dealing with a young kid, they shouldn't have privacy online.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. And is Bark spelled B-A-R-K or is it crazy B-A-R-Q? Because I'm downloading it today. I have a 4-year-old. I'm still downloading it.
No, it's an awesome tool, and it just helps parents, and they're great partners of Crime Stoppers, and it's B-A-R-K, very simple. And we talk about them all the time.
When that show 13 Reasons Why first came out, a lot of kids, I don't want to use the word the show glamorized suicide. I know they tried to do their best to tell a story. They put their little headlines up around what's around it, what to expect. But something that always struck me from that show, and the reason why my wife Amber and I watched it, is because we wanted to see, like, will they show or give us some kind of insight as to a parent, what signs should we be looking for? What things did that mom miss? Because the episode where everything happened, the mom said, I didn't know. I didn't see it. What are some signs that we should be looking for to be like, oh no, I should check, I should look, I should do something because my kid may be going down that road?
There's a few. One, it's just like the physical usage of their technology, or has it increased or has it actually decreased? When you walk into a room, do they put a phone down? Do they quickly turn turn off whatever they're looking at? Those are signs to really pick up on. The other thing is, have they grown more quiet? Have they grown more isolated? Do they sleep more? Do they not eat as much? where are they socially? It's a weird one because we're all in this pandemic. So some of us are still not seeing friends. Some of us have gone back to life as usual, to as much as they can. But how have friendships changed? Are there new friends in their life? This is a big one. Are there new friends in their life that seem very different and character and personality from your own child? Like, were you kind of like, oh, wait, this isn't sort of a typical friend for you? Don't brush that off as, oh, teenage years, my kid's rebelling. No, stop and look into that. Why has your friend group changed? What's behind it? And listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. Check your child's phone. Check your child's phone, and then listen for words and conversation, even, conversations they might be having where they don't even realize you're listening. And again, it's not to completely breach their privacy, but it's to get an understanding. If you feel like your child's going through something and not able to fully express it, it's our job as their parents to fight, to get into the weeds, to not let go until we can figure it out and help them.